kick it off then?
Go ahead. I'm
talking about churches.
Weird tall things.
Alright.
I'll just angle this away from the doll. No, I think it's better with it in frame.
Oh, jeez.
Alright.
Oh, by the way, he bought this tablet to be on our show like 3 months ago, and then it updated for 6 hours, by the way.
It updated for 6 hours, yep.
Was it like finally was out the box? It's like, dude, I'm like a year old. There's so much I need to know.
Windows.
It was for like Windows 8 or whatever, and it was like, hold on, don't you want Windows 10? You don't have a choice, you're getting it. And you're like, no.
I really don't have a choice.
Oh.
Alright.
Yeah, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, spike bags.
In part.
So, Robert, who are you going to spike bag in first?
Sure now.
He's totally gonna do it, and you know it. Oh, look at the talk over you. I'm crying. Oh, I'm so
Well, for this week's Guile, I believe Robert has been shamed into the corner, so I'm your co-host today.
Oh my god, I'm crying. This needs to go on an outtake.
Thanks for the glorious introduction there, Church. So, Chris, what's on the agenda today?
Oh man, I didn't know we actually started. Oh shit.
Did you not hear my intro?
I guess I did. So I'm too busy laughing and crying. On today's Guile treatment, we're going to talk about the PTC in Vancouver. Going to talk about what we think our best options are for winning worlds non-bebop characters, which is a weird way of just going ass backwards. And then we have a couple decks. We have 3 decks from the community that they submitted, and we're going to go over them and give some suggestions and not just say, just play Spike 1, Robert.
Hey, that would not be an option for the deck that I picked.
That's also true. So,
That would be true, actually, but yeah.
It could be. Do you want... No, so I guess we'll start with the Vancouver PTC. I'll pull up the deck list and we'll.
Yeah, I mean we can just say. So the Vancouver PTC
Go for it, man.
is the latest in the 2018 UFS tradition of 2 Spike 1s playing on the final round of Swiss, a top table, to determine who is going to get in and who's going to get diversified.
By the way, I have the guy's deck list. Shane sent it to me. I'll send it to you.
Oh, the diversified one?
The diversified one.
Oh, cool.
It's basically, it's almost exactly the same deck.
Okay, so they probably just built it together.
Yeah. For the this guy actually did Jay play? Jay didn't play Falling Heel Strike, right? Their attack lineups are a little different.
The point is it like a split symbol deck?
It is it is. They both are. Yeah, they're pretty similar. They both played one copy of Just Friends. So they're obviously, they basically just played the same deck for the most part, I believe.
Well, they probably had 2 copies, and each of them got 1.
Oh, but he actually didn't Jay side his Swordfish 2s? Yeah, he did. This guy mainboarded the Swordfish 2s. And actually sideboarded for Shohoken. So, at least
for like Spike 2?
For the Spike 2 matchup, or Punch and Judy and stuff like that.
I kind of like that.
Yeah. I'll send the list to you too, Church, so you can have it in case we want to go over it or whatever. But
yeah, I got the other 8 up.
This Jay's deck is kind of tri-symbol-y if you think about it. because he can block. He can play cards on water too. Like Shane said, there was a part where he blocked with Prepared to Fight, reversaled with Curse Splat, and then blocked with Skull Barrier. So that's Water Chain. So he could technically do that, I guess. Like he has Syndicate line target. And Sing for me.
Anything that's Spice Board is like all three symbols.
Yeah, it's all so he could technically do it, but my main thing about the deck is it's 21 attacks and a 60 card deck, and I don't know, it just.
I mean, to be fair, like what? He's got 4 Skull Barriers and like 1 Spregio. Those are blocks.
Yeah, those are blocks anyways. Yeah, it's true.
And they're cheap enough as is if you attack with them.
Yeah, they are. So basically, he's playing, instead of 8 actions, he's playing 11 actions then, technically, if you think about it.
He had a lot, or wait, was it his attack lineup was mostly death, and his blocks were mostly low, or his foundation
It's mostly death attacks, life, foundation.
I want to say life attacks. I mean, if we're not counting Skull Barrier Spregio, because Kersplat's out of 4.
Yeah.
So is Skull Barrier, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of a weird middle ground.
It's just, it's just weird.
That's pretty much primary action. It's like, what, 2 or 3 Prepare to Fights and like 2 or 3 Templars too?
Yeah, 2 Templar, 3 Prepare to Fight, 3 Revoke. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just kind of an odd deck.
I love the fact that Swordfish is sideboarded. Like, okay, this opponent's attacking me, I need to bring in Swordfish.
Yeah, it's definitely a card that, maybe because he's running 21 attacks, he didn't want to main board it, but again, just cut attacks and play the 2 assets, I guess, because, I don't know.
He's got Cowboy Battery also sided.
Yep.
This opponent, they got health, I need to throw attacks at them.
He's citing 2 Bang, which I don't know why you would just main board it anyways.
Because he already had like 7 or 8 actions.
Yeah, but this
I think maining is difficult when you're a life deck.
Yeah, that's true. Well, let's move on because the Spike, I don't really want to spend a lot of time on that. So
we know what Spike does.
Mateo played Marathi, which is, this deck is just kind of way out there. It's like on the very, very far end of, hey man, I'm just gonna try to turn to you with cats, I guess, or anything.
So actually, one of the funny things I didn't even think about is he's running so many characters, and that just means that like after like turn 2, after he's checked like 4 or 5 of them, and he plays cats, he gets a bunch of free speed.
Yeah.
So that's not bad.
And he's going to be reviewing them because they're clogging his hands.
Yeah, exactly. And then he also has Drew Maffei in the sideboard. So if he's Drew Maffei for any of his 12, 14 attacks, he's going to get tons of characters into it.
Yeah, that seems like an obvious main to me.
Yeah. The Folktale Storyteller, which he probably never got to actually ever build that for free because he's only running 12 foundations.
You can discard just because.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, and it won't come down. Yeah, that's also true. It looks like he was just trying to just dirt people on 2 with it. Yep. That's basically what it was.
I mean, I played against the Marathi deck that was a little bit like this in the MCS Michigan. Tanner was playing it
with his 2-card sideboard.
It was a 4-card sideboard.
Sorry.
Turns out that's good for 1 free win in Tops.
It is. Yeah, it is.
The quick 1-0. But yeah, I mean, that's just kind of one of those decks where there's not a ton you can do to prepare for it.
Mm-hmm.
When you just sort of have like an attack that doesn't seem that bad, and then all of a sudden it just has +6 damage on it, and you're like, okay, well, I wasn't really sure I was going to block this, and now it's like 11 or 12 damage, so I probably want to block this. Mm-hmm. And then you could have another thing where they throw it out, and they're like, they pitch the top like 2 or top 1 or whatever, and it's just like 2 damage. And you're like, okay, well, this is like a 5 or 6 damage attack. Like, I probably want to block this.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think that's one reason, too, with the Folktale Storyteller is, like, even if he gets a couple foundations out, I mean, it's nicer having that than, like, a 0 diff. And especially, like, later on, because he can just play that and pull it down, like, on turn 3 or 4 or whatever. He should have some foundations.
What are you talking about? This game doesn't go to turn 4.
I mean, it probably does
over there, it does.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't think Spike is like, or Spike 1 at least is really turning a lot of people.
No. They have to get, super lucky, I guess, to do that. So, anything you want to add about the Marathi deck, Church?
Well, I was thinking maybe in Vancouver games did go past turn 3. And, like, this Marathi is some kind of an anomaly over there or something. So, in their world, maybe Folktale actually can come up, even if you only have 12 foundations. Because, I don't know, on turn 7, you got those 3 foundations. You can play it.
You only need 2.
Yeah, you only need 2. But, I mean, he might have 7. He might have 4. I don't know. It's turn 7. Who knows?
German Temper's is it from hand or attached?
Hand.
It's from hand? Oh, that's pretty good then. So, because it's any card, right? It pitches?
Mm-hmm. No, character, I believe.
No, I mean, like, the card.
You just got a character and it just, like...
Oh, yeah. Kills an attack.
Is it... I thought it just deletes an attack or any card play.
Yeah. No, an attack.
Oh, that's pretty awesome, actually. It's a free block, for the most part. It's pretty good.
I mean, you have a blood... That's the other thing, too, is, like...
Let's just plays a card as a form, so you can pop anything.
Oh,
really?
That's pretty... Whoa, that's pretty good.
Interesting. That's something too that we saw a little bit. Was it UK Nats? The one with like the C deck that ran like 10 or 12 characters?
Maybe?
Anyway, there is something to be said for just having a bunch of like +0 mids and checking a lot of 6s.
Yeah, that's true.
You will block stuff that you have really no business blocking, and taking half of whatever it is they're selling is a lot better than taking all of whatever it is they're selling. And there's a lot of mid attacks, especially against Spike 1. I mean, he'll give it the speed and everything, but even like a 7 damage like birds. I mean, if you check a 6, tap your character.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. Considering his character's blank on his opponent's turn anyway, so.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, I mean, it probably has, like, some games.
He's got Jupiter Jazz.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
He's got Jupiter Jazz. He can reversal and throw it at you for 12 damage.
And then draw 2 cards, too, right? Isn't that something else that Jupiter Jazz does? Or adds a card from your discard pile back to your hand? It's one of the 2.
One or the other. Yeah, you get to pick.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like Jupiter Jazz as a card in general.
Yeah, you could use it to pick up Big Shot and then go to town.
My only issue with Jupiter Jazz is it's a 5-diff reversal, so you're always playing it on a 6. So
how many?
Well, I don't pick this Marathi.
I know exactly. It doesn't matter for him, but
yeah.
On average, you usually don't want to have to throw 5 different.
I mean, there's a bunch of people that are playing that splash from an attack now, and that's like a 7 damage, like a 7 different result.
That's true. That's true.
Obviously, that's not a thing people worry about.
I guess so.
I mean, that messes with someone's turn a bit more than 12 damage.
Yeah, it does clog the card.
It depends how much life they're at.
Yeah. Jeez, we're quippy tonight. Man, he's mad at you taking his side host bit.
Yeah, I'm the guest today, so you guys should be nicer.
Let's move on to the deck that I really like. Is the Ryu deck off of Good, played by Jonathan So. I hope I pronounced that correctly. My main thing about this deck is that there's a lot of awesome multiple attacks, but very little momentum gen. But I guess like he's running 4 hunters, NPYUU, NIPU adds momentum, Bubbly gets momentum, Hammerhead gets momentum. I guess all of his attacks generate momentum. Yeah, I guess really he doesn't have an issue generating momentum then. But I think I would probably not play Templar and just run 4 throw it downs, or actually add.
Wait, it's playing Templar?
Yeah, it's playing 2 Templar.
Good.
Yeah, I know. It's just what they do up there. I guess they all dual symbol. I guess, but I would definitely. I would definitely take out the Templars maybe for 1 more apples and 1 more throw it down, or just go 4 throw it downs because that card's
is
really
it all good split? How does it look? I didn't even notice the Templars before.
Yeah, dude. This is the first thing I noticed, man, was Templar. But hey, it's a draw 3.
I just noticed 20 multiples first.
It's a draw 3 effect, man. I guess if you feel want it.
It is nice.
It is nice, But I don't know. I actually played again. I saw Garrison play a deck like this over the weekend up at Garrison Bunnell's house up in Green Bay, roughly that area. But he was running Sakura though, and he was just pitching for you can't block the multiples because your block mods get too much. But I would actually I'd rather play Ryu because he has more health and he can survive a turn 2 blow up.
Yeah.
Personally.
What kind of defensive momentum zones did he have? I'm trying to pull this up.
He's got good Nevil.
He's got good Nevil.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is he running like Jurassic Jungle?
No. But he has White House in the sideboard, which I would probably change that to Jurassic Jungle. Because you're not. Good. I guess the White House is for the Punch and Judy matchup, I guess.
And he's not running reuse 3-def either, right? The one that makes things mid?
No, but then the issue is why have White House when you can just throw it down their punches to cancel it?
Yeah, that's true.
I would rather have the slots for White House just to be Jurassic Jungle, because then it's like...
Well, I mean, you're talking about running White House, and then you're talking about using Throw It Down. So the thing is, it's like, you don't want to run a whole bunch of actions if
I know.
You're running White House.
Well, no, you would take White House out and play Jurassic Jungle instead if you're running the Throw It Downs. It's either you run...
I got you.
I think, because there's only 2 and 2, so we probably swapped out some things depending on matchups.
I mean, I don't think I'm going to run White House just to hate on actions. If you're running White House, you need to wait to have Foundations come down.
Yeah,
he
doesn't. He does nothing. It's just there for the action hate.
Yep. Oh, Gaining Ground, 4 of. You can check it.
Oh, okay.
Down. Cool. I thought that he had the Ryu Foundation with soccer on it, where when you block with it, it comes down. But he just...
something icon or whatever, that card.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, stop has really fallen off, man. Dude, 1 stop. Wow.
Stop was never, I mean, I don't know.
Maybe it was just like an MCS thing then. Like, stop was like an MCS thing.
I played Stop Index, and most of the time when I wanted to play it, I went, man, I'm not going to pass this +3 mid block right now.
That's actually really difficult,
Yep. Might as well just play Deliverance.
Might as well just play Bang.
That too.
Yep.
But I don't think Ryu can play it, though. It's not on any of the symbols, so I guess you're kind of screwed there.
Oh, well, I guess he's an irrelevant character.
Dang. Church with a fire. Let's move on. We got Spike 2 off of air, which technically it's life, but also death.
No, it's air.
Is it air?
It's just, it's an air deck. It's just also running 4 spiders and 4 petrol power.
Oh, well, wasn't like the Spike deck doing this? Yeah, the Spike 1 deck did the same thing, and the other Spike deck the one that got diversified did the exact same thing too. They all ran 4s of all that stuff. Yeah, the attacks look... why Templar? Like Tim Keefe said, why Templar and Spike 2? To quote our world champion, why? You know?
Well, again, if the game's going to turn 7...
it doesn't... The thing about Templar is you want Templar in like a defensive 7-handed character where you're going to pass these blocks and you're going to pass any blocks.
Yep.
And when you're playing like a beefy 6-hander that isn't building that many foundations and is then debuilding your own foundations to throw multiple attacks, like, you don't need to like draw 2 game 2 because you're really not going to do that much. It's like you're just sort of saying like, man, I hope I draw like a good block off the top. Like, you're not blocking that much.
Yeah.
And like that card could be better used as like a 2-way card where it provides some defense. But if you have like that's the thing is if he draws a hand with 2 Templars when he wants to like go in, what's he gonna do? Just sit on him? Like, I don't know. That's a card that I think we're seeing a lot just because people remember when it was a staple.
Yeah.
And when it had Breaker, and
Vancouver, I don't think they're remembering what Templar was.
So I don't know. I mean, the days when Airwall was Airwall.
Yeah.
So
all right, we'll move on. We have wow. Whoever took Alice in their fantasy drafts got some major points this weekend.
I would imagine she is sitting on the waiver wire.
I'm pretty sure. So you guys out there who get a fantasy draft, better get on the Alice train now. You hear it first. It's Alice Death Weapons, but also played. There was one that. Yeah, it's just all like Urban Shower is not.
Sort of not.
Yeah, they're not. But like, I'm pretty sure if you use the Urban Shower, you can make them weapons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also played Petro Power and Spires and Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also 21 attacks and 60 cards.
You know, the Spike 2 deck was 22 attacks and 65 cards. They must love their 20 attack. There.
Yeah. I guess my theory about the game going to turn 7 out there is kind of going out the window if everyone's running over 20 attacks.
Yeah, everyone's like running. Maybe they just all.
Maybe they just fail checks.
That could also be true.
That is true. That's definitely a way for the game to last longer. But I'm not going to count on that.
Yeah.
Hey, 3 soul beats. You see, we didn't talk about the soul beats tech.
Oh yeah, the soul beats tech on the I guess this is like a soul beats meta because Jay had soul beats in his deck too. I know it's like a free flip or whatever. It's a free review, free build. It's a free.
I mean, it depends for him. So a lot of his foundations have life.
Yeah.
I mean, he needs to have 3 cards that either have void, which is basically going to be like C stuff or Athena stuff, or he needs to have 3 cards that have death, which is, you can pretty easily do that with spike stuff. But there are definitely going to be times where you have your turn 1 build and you are not going to have 3 cards to use soul beats.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Exactly.
It's really weird.
The Alice player was running 2 tank, which is kind of nice because that hasn't seen very much play lately yet, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know why people aren't playing that card. I guess it's maybe because most of the time all character abilities are spammable right now, so it doesn't really matter to stop it once. I guess, Swordfish 2, his 3 Swordfish 2 in the sideboard, 2 Cowboy Battery. It's not a weapon, so I understand why, but
this reminds me a lot of Jay's deck, honestly. A lot of the little things to it, which makes me think Jay's probably one of the better players in their play group. Maybe best. He is 2-0 with all their PTCs.
Yeah.
So they kind of just follow his lead?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, that could be.
But I guess how was this basically a local? How many people traveled to this?
3 from Edmonton, I want to say. Maybe 4. Only one of them topped.
Okay. But was pretty much everyone else from Vancouver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Next is Dulcim off of Air.
I was glad to see that the Dulcim was not a jetbag.
Yeah. What I think's cool about this. What's cool is that you just give stretch kick 2/2, and then you drop a kneecapper or a concussion blast after it.
Oh man, it's almost like stretch kick is his card.
It is. Oh my gosh. Kind of sad there was no Yoga Inferno, but I can understand that though. So But.
Yeah, I really like that he's running Swordfish main. That seems cool. People attack. You want to get rid of them.
I mean, honestly, I like Dulcine just with bang.
Yeah.
If you get someone to around 10 to 12 health, they have to honor pretty much every single ranged attack people.
Oh my god, do they ever? Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
And the thing is too is he's got a couple Kokosho, I believe, which means that if they block something and you just play a Kokosho, all of a sudden it can be an 8/8, which is going to be an 8/10 with his burn, and then another 3 on top of that with bang. That's going to mess some people up.
See what I like?
If you really want to push it through, he's got Cage Fighter and built for speed.
What I like this also, he's running only 1 Templar, so we're seeing maybe a better usage of that slot because he's running 3 bangs. He does side another Templar, but he also has 2 dodge in the side, which is actually a really good card. Which if you, I guess, bang and dodge kind of.
I'm gonna put this out. I would not touch dodge right now. Because I have seen so many copies of Out of Your League in the past couple of PCs.
Yeah.
And there is nothing worse than paying half of the attack in life rounded down on an unblocked attack.
Yeah.
And your opponent going, cool, I'll pay 3 and you can take the entire attack plus that stuff that you just paid.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, that card is dead to me. Wouldn't touch it.
All right, so Dulcim's also on my list for possible winning worlds if the build, the
He's
match.
just so all around good.
Yeah, if the if the matchups end up, we got Steven Jennings in 7th place with Pharaoh Man off of Life. This was I think a lot of people were pulling for him because he's an out of towner he's from Edmonton, right? Is he from Edmonton?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like the leader of the Edmonton group.
Okay.
And he's like a community favorite.
Okay. All right. He's running 21 attacks, so is that the norm over in Edmonton too, or maybe he was just
in
preparing?
71 cards, so that ends up being the same as 1860.
Yeah, that's true. That is also true. 4 time slow. The gyro drive smasher is kind of neat because then
I like that.
If you block it, then you just get Kokosho to the face. So that's pretty good. More Hunt for Spires and Dragons. So enjoy that one, Garrett. Let's see what else has he got in here. Only
what did he lose to? I'm trying to remember.
He would have lost to the Spike, I believe.
Yeah.
7th to 3rd, right? Oh no, Ryu.
He lost.
No, wait.
He's 7th.
Yeah, 7th to 3rd, so Ryu.
Okay. Yeah. One Egyptian.
Which is fair. Ryu brings a lot of damage.
4 Urban Shower. It's a really solid life deck. That's really all.
Very efficient. I like.
Yeah. 4 Hedonist, which could be Pharaoh Man's one of his best support cards. So,
I mean, if you're on Life, that's not bad.
No, it's. I like the Sing for me. I like that card in general. Sing for me, because like Life, if you doesn't really have a lot of momentum dumps unless you're playing like Surge Snake.
Doesn't,
and he doesn't.
And he's not running Pharaoh Man's Ultra Rare, which would be some.
So like Sing for me would give him some life game and card draw for stuff that hits. So that's pretty good. One thing I would probably want to see him add is the Maryland's favorite card, Merciless Master. And maybe go.
The thing is, I'm not sure how much card draw he has.
Well, he doesn't really have a lot, yeah.
But wouldn't you you could change it a bit though, and then have Thrill Battle in there,
Yeah, I mean that helps. I mean, we mostly did it when we were doing like Tengu Dive.
Yeah,
because you just get one to hit, and then you play another Tengu Dive, and you stack that one.
And he has 1,000 Mamyra, so that gets him a card draw too. So
kind of,
yeah.
If
they fail a check, which a lot of the times they could fail a check.
I mean, time slow, yeah.
But the thing is, if you have a time slow out and you do it, sure.
Yeah.
But it's kind of one of those things where it's like if you watch them stack like a bad check, you can be like, I'll commit a card to pass a check.
Yeah.
So.
What's your opinion on the 2 caught red-handed? Do you think that's a necessary 4X anymore?
I don't think so, honestly, because there's not a lot of like in combat.
Punch and Judy.
It's just Punch and Judy. It's just I guess Punch and Judy.
Yeah.
I gotta say, like I was typically more of like I'll run 3 and have 1 on the side.
Yeah, but he's running 2 and no in the side.
I mean, 2 is light, but I mean,
it doesn't
again, Neomax, like he may only have 2. I don't know. I mean, he might have 4. I know he's
right around the corner from him. Yeah, he can just tandem more.
We got a Jet Fire deck in 8th place, which was a big shot Punch and Judy deck.
Okay, we talking about maybe they don't own 4 or something?
Yeah.
Where are your Alera-phobias?
Yeah, this guy's not running cats for some random reason.
In the group and they're in someone else's deck. I don't understand.
Yeah.
No,
like
man.
Easily you just take out Yoga Flame and just play 22 attacks and just because just do it.
Because everyone else is.
Because everyone else is, and just play 4 Fear Cats. Just do it. Just do it, man. It's not in the sideboard either. No, it's not in the sideboard either.
That'd be a real weird sideboard, but then again, Swordfish sideboard.
Yep. And then this is another deck with stopping it, so maybe they're thinking he is running Judy, so he could slow something down to block with it, and then and then stop. So
when he's on fire, he's getting. I was just about to say he's probably got a lot of those 1-diff foundations that reduce speed, and he has none.
No, because usually you'd probably want to go like Tech Sphere, so you play the Mad Perot 1-diff that removes from -1 speed. You could probably do that.
That'd be really nice.
Yeah.
Or the one on Hikaru's page is always kind of nice. Heart of the Mountain.
Oh, Heart of the Mountain. He's not even running like Jet's speed debuff. Feng Shui, is he? No, he's not running that either. Even though that's not like the best card, it's still Mills cards.
Well, I mean, you have Mills cards.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Yeah.
But he has
well, that comes back to my theory of maybe the game's longer. You've got enough foundations to actually block. I don't know.
Maybe.
Hey, I gotta say, the Ryu deck was running 4 cool and focused, so.
Yeah.
Thumbs up, guy. That's why I was like, that guy knows what he's doing. He's not losing to cats, dude. Not losing.
I mean, you may still lose to cats.
Yeah.
You can still check that.
Oh, yeah, true.
But
he lost.
Oh, man.
He lost.
I wonder if that's how he beat Steven Jennings. He would block a Kikosho for only the 3. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. I had that happen to me a few times.
I guess with Pharaoh Man, it's still going to be on, a 6, but...
Yeah, it would still be slightly harder, but,
slightly
not the same.
Well, it would be wouldn't it be on a 7 because he blocked the first attack, though?
In theory?
In theory.
Let's not do math here, okay? This is UFS.
This is UFS, yes. So, so any final thoughts on the Vancouver PTC? Even though the fact, it's a lot of dual symbol, and just kind of, it's kind of like how every region of UFS players has, their own, set, Omaha plays differently from Rockford, and, you know, and Rochester has their thing, and Michigan does their,
I mean, this is a smaller PTC.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think we got, a little bit of a view on how they play up there. Mm-hmm. I don't think, it's not going to be... I don't think Tops is going to be quite as cutthroat as it would be in a Vegas or an Atlanta where you have almost 50 people. So
yeah.
I don't know.
I like this. I like getting a view into someone else's meta. This is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
cool. So let's
don't let that distract you from the fact that there were 2 spots.
Fair.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Only one made it into Tops. That's how you know it's fair.
That's true.
All right, so let's move on to the next thing we were going to talk about our view of Worlds and what characters outside of Cowboy Bebop we think who can win. So you want to start us off, Church?
Okay. So I brought up something earlier on Ultra. I searched life, death, and water characters. So let's just start this off with some of the best ones. I mean, Spike's thing is that he gives free pump and free reduction. So would that not mean that essentially Faye is one of the best characters? Now hear me out. The math also speaks to the logic. Spike, 724. We all say that's broken. That adds up to 31. Faye, 625. 31. It all just cycles together to show you that Faye may actually be better than Spike. So I think that all just speaks for itself. So I'm just going to keep scrolling right past. Mad Pyro, bad. All he does is +2 speed. That's bad. Spike doesn't care about that. Now Spike 1. Here's something we should talk about. This guy can do just as many good things as Spike 1.
Outside of Bebop characters. Non-Bebop characters. Jeez, man.
Only now we're just getting to the baddies. Okay.
Come on.
I do actually believe that a lot of the platinum characters are really good, and it is kind of funny that when I just searched Spike 1 symbols, a lot of platinum characters came up.
Mm-hmm.
Platman could legitimately have a good shot. I think he's actually terrifying.
Yeah, I know that Keenan's working on. I know Keenan talked about he's working on a Platman build that's just pretty frightening. So
yeah. Both Grant Padley and Keith Disbro are still fantastic. There's nothing wrong with those. Phil Birch could side into Spike really easily. Are we still talking about Spike bags, or are we just talking about a good character?
I mean, yeah, let's be real. Any character that can reasonably side into Spike has a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, some off the top of my head are stuff like Yamada, any of the Water 7-handers that we sort of talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know there's some talk, or at least I saw some talk today on Facebook about Gateway Shuffle being the most overrated card out of Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
And I think, nobody's played it.
Yeah.
I mean, Dave Wagner did. He went 5-1 and was diversified. But, I mean, I don't think, have we seen Gateway Shuffle on Tops? I think the Faye was running it in Atlanta, right? She was running Gateway Shuffle?
I think so.
But
Well, I don't know why you
here's
wouldn't.
the thing. We have not seen a water 7-hander show up in tops, right?
There aren't
We
many.
haven't seen. Well, I'm just talking about like Yamato, Lilith. I mean, Spike can do it, but I don't think we've seen a water Spike top yet.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing is, any of those characters that can give an extra like 2 or 3 or more speed on a Cats,
Mm-hmm.
and then just drop Gateway Shuffle on it. I mean, you're like, so for instance, Yamato Man, if you run like Focus Charge into Cats, it's going to be 9 speed. He gets it like with its E and Yamato's E, you get it to 5 damage. And then when you throw a Gateway Shuffle on it, that's 11, like what, 11?
Yeah.
And then you double it, 22. That's killing like almost every 7-hander.
Yeah.
I can think of one that it doesn't. But like the thing is that's a real deck.
Yeah.
And that can really happen to you on turn 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's the thing is you can say, oh, this is overrated, blah, blah. Like, nobody's playing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think part of it is there's not a lot of people playing Chaos decks, and some of the good decks that have showed up are more for the long game and don't really want to run that. I think we're seeing a lot more of a focus on, like, Punch and Judy right now, and Gateway Shuffle is basically, like, what, 2 to 4 activations of that, just without the speed. But you can get the speed from other places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think so. I guess that's the long version of Yamato Man and Lilith. I think are both very, very
that's
good.
Kind of the extent of the water characters that can run it, right? Like looking at them, you get Felicia if you can line up keywords.
So Felicia's probably not because like what is it? It's like charge.
It's punch,
weapon.
kick.
Now, like you don't
have to
worry about that as much.
Do you think this is maybe the best chance for a 6-hander to win in a while?
No.
You don't think like Woodman? I think Woodman can do.
I mean, Woodman.
He may have a shot.
I think Woodman's good. Honestly, I think Sheepman probably has some game right now. I mean, he's got that early pump. I don't know. Like, there's definitely some characters right now that don't block a whole lot, and that's dangerous,
especially against him.
And I mean, that targeted destruction, like, that's pretty useful. So yeah, I mean, I'm interested. I'd like to. I haven't personally been like doing a whole bunch with Sheepman, but I think he's decent. Yes, I mean, Woodman's pretty good. We've seen him top twice now. I think there's probably a polished build of him that's pretty good. Looking back, I mean, this is still on, like, potential spike bags. Athena and C are both fine and got tons of new cards from the spikes on Death and Life.
Yep.
Sasquatch? Maybe. I mean, he was doing some stuff last year. I guess he got a bunch of like jet stuff, like that's good.
Yeah.
So
if you want to run Earth,
I guess we're vicious too. You got a bunch of the 5 different vicious.
Well, he does give speed, so that's a lot of what vicious cards are missing, or that speed bonus. Cause
there you go. There's a water character that can gateway Cats for you.
There you go.
Oh, wait, can he not pump it because it's not a 7?
It's not a 5.
I mean, he doesn't care. You'll pump everything else that you play, and your opponent will block those, and then you throw the Cats and you put the gateway on it, and they're like,
It's like, okay, we're done.
No.
But yeah, I think Pharaoh Man, Tim played him last year, but I think Pharaoh Man is always a threat.
I mean, Tim Keefe is on record as saying that he thinks that Pharaoh Man is free to spike 1, so I wouldn't bet on it.
Oh.
Unless you want to do the Tim Keefe plan and just dodge away the top.
Just dodge away? Just dodge away? Yeah. Oh, a quick segue. So I put out a post today about a dream match, if you will, from the darkest timeline that we had would be Jeremy Ray piloting his M59 deck against Rob Schneider, our very own Rob Schneider, playing his Zoe with Gravity Hold, the old version of Gravity Hold. We're going to have an amazing duel, an amazing fight. It's going to be 7 to 10 rounds. Winner gets a box of Bebop.
Oh, I didn't know there was a prize.
There's a prize. I'm putting a box of Bebop up for this because it is for entertainment and science, ladies and gentlemen. Entertainment and science. We want to know who would win in that fight when they're performing at their peak of their performance. You know, whatever their peak was at, we want them in fighting shape. I think Jeremy Ray has already accepted the challenge, so I think we're just all waiting on you, Rob.
I mean, I'll do it. I'm probably going to download Octagon or whatever.
Because, we were hoping to do this at Worlds, but you may not go to Worlds.
We'll see. I still don't have time off.
Because if you don't go to Worlds, the man sitting right next to you is going to be the one piloting the deck. So, yeah.
I don't trust that
guy. He has no idea. I just drafted him into it. But, But anywho, so we'll go back.
I did do better.
Yeah. I guess so.
Did you have to play Thomas Gordon?
Did you not like Thomas?
With your own deck?
This dude's a madman.
Because he's like, he posted, I'll champion Zoe. And I was like, no, we don't want that. We don't want that. I love you, Thomas, but we don't want that.
Thomas Gordon played Zoe like Jay Ueda played Metalman, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's like an absolute madman.
Yep.
And it works.
I took, 10 damage on turn. Like, he went first. I went second. He did 10 damage, got 2 momentum, and built 3. And I hadn't even played a card yet.
We love Zoe, guys. We miss her so much.
And I said, wow, obviously I respect the game too much to top with this.
So moving on, any other last minute inclusions we think may win Worlds?
I'm just running through. I mean, Jerry could kick someone real high.
I think the issue is the list is very, very small.
I think Slashman. I think he's good.
Slashman. Dave Wagner, still really good.
Yeah.
Satoshi? Can you call Satoshi? He's still good.
It's possible. Even like something like Tengu Man. I mean, he was top 4 last year. Oh, Mega Man 2.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's made back-to-back, I guess not the UK, so Worlds and US now.
Mega Man 2 or 3 do we think would do better? I know 2 is good and he can stop the turn 2 onslaughts that are so popular these days with breakers. Okay, fine, yeah, that's just better. I mean, personally, I like 3 better, but I guess when the game doesn't end on turn 2, that's when you want 3.
You know what?
But yeah, you want to always have breaker 2.
Mega Man 2 with the, not Coffee Samba, the other Samba. Samba Slam.
Oh, yeah. Gets done for. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty good.
And then you also get to play with fun breaker cards. Well, you can play off a good and get Bonsai. Because does that work? You give it breaker 2?
It's printed.
Is it say Bonsai say printed?
You're right. Bonsai isn't. I'm thinking Jet. Jet is printed.
Okay, so yeah.
That should work.
Yeah, because you can breaker 3 if you flip, if you want to waste it.
You could play a Cowboy Battery and give it stun 2 and then up the multiple, couldn't you?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Yes, you can. Yep.
So that'll probably be the intention of any Mega Man 2 decks we see. Also, hold on. We missed one. If we're talking about viable 7-hand sizes, we think winning. Chris is already smiling because I think he knows that I'm about to see Mai. How come no one? I can't even finish the sentence.
I was saying, I gotta do my lines first. Let's do this.
I was actually determined to bring her to Worlds. I was going to do it, but now that everyone's playing Spike, she's blank. I can't. Her whole thing is giving 3 speed to every attack. Yes, I'm playing more attacks than normal, but 3 speed doesn't matter when your opponent for free says -2 speed. There's nothing.
Yeah, it's also true.
I'm going to bring the deck because it's fantastic. But I'm not going to play it in World. I'm just going to, side event. After people bought me 2-0 in 10 minutes, I'm going to bring out mine.
So I know that. Is that what we're really expecting? Are we really expecting people just to play Spike? Is that, you think the most of the field is going to be him?
It's sure been happening so far.
Most of the field, but I expect there to be more Spikes this year than there were Zoes last year.
I agree.
Okay. Well, then again, it's kind of had a reverse effect where Zoe kind of just popped up right before Worlds, so a bunch of people jumped on it unexpectedly. I don't think a lot of them communicated about it. Some of them sure did.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, this is kind of going reverse, where Spike's been around for a bit. We had the Atlanta PTC where there were 6 of them. So this might go the other way, where people, oh, right, I was thinking also the Spike too, but where people saw that, they might go the other way with it and then start bagging ahead of time.
I mean, that's
And then
that's
we'll get
possible
way
too,
too many
because
spike balls.
you might just see a whole bunch of decks that top that are, insert death, life, water, 7-hander that sides into spike for games 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Like, I making me think of Spike's terrible disguise in episode 1 where he just wore a sombrero sitting on a bench.
Yeah,
That's going to be half of Top Cuts, isn't it?
Yeah. I was telling Church, just like, might as well just front Lily 2 and side into Spike. Because you never know, you may randomly beat a Spike 1 with her because she's just going to pull up all of his face-up shit. And then he'd be left with
and then he'll beat you to death.
Oh, exactly, yes. But still, though.
Just hold those mid blocks.
You gotta hold those mid blocks, man. You gotta hold those mid blocks. Alright, so moving on to the... we had some community given decks. So who wants to go first? Robert
does.
Let's go, Rob.
You can go first.
Yeah.
Alright, so this deck was given us to by Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
Undergust, I think is his last name.
Yes. So I did the Elect Man because I don't know. I have a deep love for the Mega Man Tins characters.
Yes, you do.
I've probably built all of them, I think. The one I like the least is probably Fireman, and I built a deck that Thomas Gordon topped Rochester with, so yeah. I played Gustman forever. I've played Iceman. Actually, you know what? I probably haven't built Dawn Man, but, Rodney does that so much justice, I don't think that, it's really for me to touch. But I appreciate Rodney's work. But yeah, I don't know. Like, those... To be honest, like, I wish that pretty much all of the characters that we got were in the vein of the character, like the Tin characters.
Mm-hmm.
I guess some of them are a little bit more like that now. It's just that they have support as well. I know that was sort of the thing with Street Fighter, is there was so much sort of like forced direction on the characters. And I look back to these and they're really like fairly open, and you can kind of build them however you want. Like there's cool like theme to them, but you don't necessarily have like the restrictions that you might have with like other characters. Not from Bebop, but really from like Street Fighter and Blood Omen.
Yeah.
So I've built Electman, I think not on Chaos. I've definitely done him on Air back when you had things like Hand of a Tyrant, and whatever that card was. No, come on, man. I was not playing when Champ Badge 1 was around. But the card for Alice that readies a card that hasn't been readied.
Oh, Dual Blade Rhapsody.
Yeah. And it was always fun. I know
the kind of cheatest card pool.
Yeah.
I know at the time it was just something where I wasn't going to play it because it's sort of tough to justify committing Foundations for +3 speed as a 6-hander when I could get 3 speed for free as a 7-hander in Felicia.
Yeah.
And as I said, it's similar things now with Spike. He gets the 2 speed and the damage for flipping and free. So I don't know that Electman is like a deck that I would consider necessary for like a big tournament. But especially like for having sort of like fun, I don't know that there's a lot that's more fun than his e-commit, where you just like pitch, like clear out your card pool, draw a bunch of cards. If you're building a deck that's really like focused on taking advantage of that, you can definitely like be playing a lot of cards in a turn, which I think we can all agree is like pretty fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's really like too many issues, if you will, with his Foundations. For sure, I would run Bridging the Races over like Clear Cutter, for instance.
Oh yeah.
I'm sort of looking at. I don't think that he actually has too much to like enter and leave his staging area. I mean, I guess he has Hunt and he has Sadistic Boxer.
He has Agile too.
Honky Tonk Woman.
Honky Tonk Woman.
Yep.
Agile.
Yes, you're right. So
And spiders.
Huh?
And spiders. Spiders would come down. Yeah.
I said spiders.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Like, the thing about that is like the thing about the thing about spiders and okay, you said agile. I was thinking you were talking about strength of tail. So the thing about like spiders is really gonna be like on the first attack before it happens.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's a little tougher. It's not necessarily going to. Oh, actually, he's got lights out bounty too. So I mean, he definitely has ways to trigger it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a card that again is like pretty nice for him to be able to use. I mean, you can commit it for +3/+1 instead of +1/+1.
Yeah. And
then possibly like ready it later on.
Yep. I would definitely find a different card. I would probably get rid of Not My Problem and put like Design for Combat.
Yeah, I thought that was a real weird one. You can give your opponent's block +1 difficulty, not the block modifier.
And he's not running any type of like balance fighter, so like it could pay off, by doing that. But I would definitely probably swap out Not My Problem for the Design for Combat. I would definitely do that.
I can see that. I think one of the things too is the punches lineup. I mean, one thing I noticed is like he doesn't really have a way to set up his zones. He can change the zone of something if he has Sadistic Boxer, but that's like a one-time use.
Yeah.
I mean, if he has more highs and lows, I mean, you could run the Cammy one diff that makes things mid. Because that's any attack, right? It's not.
Yeah, no, it's any attack, and it gets 1 speed on it too.
Right. So like that's a possibility. One of the other things, and this isn't a punch, is Ulrich's Lightning Javelin or whatever that adds a card from your discard to your card pool and seals it.
Yep.
I mean, that's pretty good. It's also a 4 diff, so you can play it second on a 5 and not worry about it, and then just like dump something in, and then commit to clear the card you added and the first attack, as long as it was like.
Is it combo charge on that?
It is combo charge.
So he does play Crazy Buffalo and Dash Low Smash. So
he does. To be honest, I might consider more of a charge lineup for that reason.
Oh, you get Smite too.
You get Smite.
Yeah,
that's a good one. I think you would basically. So that's the thing is, you do want to mix up the zones. So you have like, if you want to run Lightning Javelin, because Lightning Javelin is kind of the chaos version of whatever the Reese Punch is.
Stinging Upper.
Stinging Upper, and that was sort of like a staple in like the air builds of.
You need to be able to mess with your zones even for free.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you have Lightning Javelin, you're sort of forced to pick between either Smite or the Bison Kick that I'm double knee press.
Double knee press.
I mean, both of those are great. I mean, they both have +1 high block, so you're kind of just whichever. And then I think like the only low that's a charge that's worthwhile is Blanca's like rolling attack.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that's pretty good. I think the one thing is I think the low zone would end up a little bit light, so you'd probably have to like go outside to find some other stuff. Like you could do Magnet Slam, you could do what's the
Gyro Drive Smasher.
No. You could do Gyro Drive Smasher. Hydra Fork.
Oh, yeah.
Just, I mean, some stuff like that. Like, and the thing is all of these cards that I'm naming are kicks, punches, or slams in addition to being charges. So you could still run those, like, bridging the races and still be pumping pretty much all your attacks.
Yeah.
One card that for sure should be a one-of is Delta Blue Team.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a free +1 damage on anything. And, if Electman's giving, like, +3/+2 instead of +3/+1, like, that's definitely a benefit.
I mean, he's got the red eye capsule, so that could be like +4/+2 instead of the 3/1.
Another idea would be I would definitely up the count at Tijuana groceries just so you can make sure you draw it because he has no other outside draw other than his draw step.
So here's the thing: if you're doing more Tijuana groceries, I think that your base, you know, you can do that if you're doing what you were talking about with the design for combat.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing is, it's a non-block, it's unique.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to be running like a bunch of those
True.
and end up with like multiples in your hand. Like,
yeah.
There's not a lot to do with it if you're stuck with it.
Well, true.
You could discard it to not my problem and give your opponent's block -1 difficulty.
Well, not the block. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's the next card played, so it will be their block.
It would be their block, yes.
Yeah. Something you could run the Marathi 1-diff that destroys committed cards to give your next I don't know, is it your next check?
It's
or your next card?
Your next check +1. Next check +1.
So, like, that's something that helps you pass that sort of third attack if it's on, like, a 6
Yep.
and you've been committing things for his E.
You could even, if you do go with that charge lineup, you could just play Thunder Punch.
You could.
You could.
It's not bad.
It's super fast with him. Like, it's already insane.
It's a mid. You're going to need a couple mids.
Yeah.
I am really... There was something I had. Oh! The 0 diff for Sasha.
Oh.
Where it's E-commit, like, dump the top 3,
Yep.
and you can add any card from your... Like, that you discarded for those 3 to your card pool.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's another way that you can dig for, like, the zone that you don't have. Because you don't have to add one of those cards.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can just do it, and if you didn't hit when you wanted, then you just ignore it.
And I think he may be light on... Is he light on low blocks? Let's see. Yeah, he only has 9 low blocks, so...
Okay. I mean, he's running 2 sacrifice.
Yeah.
I imagine that's at least... Well, actually, that's not even chaos. So, that's...
No, he's not chaining that. He's just reviewing it.
Yeah, he's definitely doing that. So you could just dump those and play that Sasha card, you know, easily.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is... When I look at a Luckman, like, the speed isn't the reason to play him. It's the discarding 2 and drawing 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so, like, you really need to find ways to set that up.
Yep.
I don't really see that for this deck, but, I mean, some of those things we listed, even if you don't want to really, like, go in and completely change the attack lineup, I would absolutely still find a way to run Lightning Javelin and the,
I'd definitely run
Sense of Adventure. That's the name of the Sasha card.
And then maybe definitely add Bridging the Races.
Probably.
I don't think Conceited is actually doing anything here. It's just blowing up to get you 2 momentum that you're probably not using.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of momentum bumps. Maybe on Lights Out Bounty, I don't see much else. Actually, that does remind me. I imagine that you would want to find like you should be able to get momentum in this just with, you know, if you're throwing like a 7, 8 speed, like 4 or 5 damage attack, there's a pretty good chance your opponent might just not block it.
Yeah.
And I can definitely see this deck wanting to run like 2 or 3 copies of I haven't seen that against me. No. What is the Natali card that just deletes attacks?
Oh, Sweet Nothings.
Yes. Like, I just feel like there are things that you can do with momentum on defense. I mean, even the Skull Barrier, even, even Peaceful Coexistence.
Yeah.
You know, there's just, like, a couple cards you could easily run as, like, a 1 or 2 of that just use your momentum to, like, help you stay alive. I don't think that there's really anything that Chaos can do that's going to combat Bang, which is really going to mess this character up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only issue. That's like, is there anything that can? I don't think out of your league's only on ours, so there really isn't anything to stop enhances. Is there or action hate?
I don't think so. But again, I think that's just, you know, you gotta sort of know the limitations of your character, I guess. And that's sort of why I said, like, I think this deck could easily be, like, a lot of fun. I don't think that's necessarily something I would play if I wanted to win a tournament. Yeah. But that's fine. I mean, I have lots of decks that I build that I wouldn't play to win a tournament. So.
Iceman. Your Iceman's like that. Your Iceman's awesome, though. Your Iceman's fun to play, so...
But that's the thing is, like, I don't know. Especially when I'm going to locals, like, I'd rather play a deck that's, like, fun to play.
Yeah, exactly.
And does cool stuff than wins a whole bunch of games and makes my opponents hate to play.
Like,
so.
I really like the Red Eye capsule interaction with him. That's awesome. He gets 4 speed.
That's cool.
He gets 4 speed. And is that only on your turn?
No, you could commit that on your opponent's turn for -1 speed if you want.
Speed for,
you really want.
for no reason, you know?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it's more like stun hate,
yeah, it's more, exactly. But
I did find 2 things that hit on bang on chaos.
Oh, what was it?
So I actually weirdly have them right in front of me, which is weird because I just altered them. The first one is Swarm of Bats.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be Lilith.
Yeah. But you'd be little.
Second one, even easier to pull off, you don't have to be a specific character. Team Yagami. Have an ultra rare from Neomax. And be in desperation.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So no, Chaos can't really stop.
Oh, that sucks.
I actually lost that Team Yagami just now.
Well,
It's like a third behind my bed.
Well, Chaos could stop.
It's alright, it'll cycle soon anyway.
Because the Bison Ultra Rare, if you just play that, they can't play Bang during it. So.
They can't play Bang during that attack.
Yeah.
Is it just during that attack?
It's
just during that attack.
You can't play actions during that attack until it resolves. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll just wait one hand.
Yeah.
Or they'll just play it before you play that card.
Exactly, yes. Okay, so
play first.
All right, so Cameron, thank you for the deck. I'll post it in the video description on YouTube. For those listening on to SoundCloud, I will put it in the description on the SoundCloud description. So
yeah, this is going to be a weird SoundCloud episode.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
As someone who listens to the SoundCloud and doesn't watch on YouTube, it's going to be real weird.
Real weird. All right, so we're gonna go with Church's pick. So if you want to,
oh man,
this is by Tanner Jamrose. So go ahead and lead us off.
Tanner, you're a madman, and I love it. Okay, so this is Cherry and/or Sherry. I don't know what she count of French. I play her in BattleCon. I don't know how to
Cherry
pronounce
baby.
that.
Cherry baby.
It has 8 attacks. Now that's 4 Soul Trap and 4 Leaf Shield. And you'd be like, those sure good. She doesn't have good. No. It does have Team K in it. He hasn't updated for Bebop, so we kind of looked at a couple options before recording on what to put in there, and then I forgot what those were, so that's okay. This deck is some kind of a weird Void Life hybrid where almost every card has Void and Life, because that's just a thing that people do, except for Fear of Women, which is going to be one of your strongest cards, which is also weird to think.
It just clicked in Rob's head.
Calgary, it just going...
It just clicked.
Players, man.
This just clicked. When I looked at this deck, and Church told me that, I didn't even look at it when Church said, I want Tanner's deck. And I looked at it when I got home, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? It's just a mill deck. That's all it is. It's just this random ass mill deck that plays like 4 wrong hands, 4 track 0. It plays Fear Women. It plays what's some random card we were talking? Warn from Battle. Discard 2, draw 2. There you go. It plays Drained even. So it's just okay.
Sure.
Talbane's and Nunchaku. Block clear.
Dude, Talbane's Nunchucks. You tell both players to draw 2, and your opponent's like, I'm fine with drawing. You're like, hold on, I'm fine with you milling. That's basically what you're doing.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think you said some things that you could put like Curious Magnetism in. I think
Curious Magnetism would be fantastic.
Would be something to add into it. Go back on the Lekman deck real quick. Cameron did post one time, and we were talking about I think spike cards with the Lekman or something on some episode. Not the Guile treatment, but pitching the giant Devastator cannon with a Lekman would ready him, so you could. So if you want to do like an air build, you could do that, and then
or death,
yeah, and then you could just play Devastator cannons and just draw all the cards and ready him forever.
Oh man, is the dream to play an attack, mill with the Sasha Foundation? Oh no, she doesn't seal it, right?
No, she doesn't seal it. Oh, dude.
So then you put the Devastator in. And then clear it and re-ready him right away. That'd be awesome.
That would be
That's
dope.
Wonderful.
Okay, sorry, Church. Keep going.
I'm on this stupid gimmick trend. I love me some stupid gimmicks. So speaking of stupid gimmicks, we're looking at a mill deck here that doesn't have any cards that actually say mill, and I'm in love. So yeah, you wrong hand. Both players discard their hands and draw back up, and then you play a few foundations, and you're like track 0. You discard your whole hand. Your opponent's like, what was the whole point of that? And I'm like, I don't know. You milled like 5.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, especially like track 0 and wrong hands both make it very difficult for your opponent to sculpt a good attack turn.
Yep.
So
yeah,
I mean, Cherry also does that. Your opponent plays a foundation. You're like, you don't need that laser trident, and you just get rid of it. And they're like, why didn't you get rid of my swimming bird? Obviously, you're fighting Spike here. That's just a given. And you're like, I can block mid, idiot. And then swimming bird comes at you for 7. You're like, I can't block that. You could just...
Now you just J-pop it. That's all you do. You just take 5.
There you go.
You just take 5.
Yeah.
That's all you do.
No, you obviously just discard every single copy of, like, Fallen Angel that you see.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I really can't block that.
Yeah.
I don't know how they would get in their hand without them just playing it immediately.
Maybe it's turn 1, I don't know.
Yeah. Darkness Movement's only at a 2, and I don't know if I want to see that higher or not. Because you can attack with Soul Trap, and you know what Soul Trap does? It's an attack. That's what it does. And it makes your opponent have to block. I mean, they don't. They could take 4 damage. I don't know, whatever.
He does have damage pump in the deck, so...
He does. He accidentally has damage pump. Like, Immortal Knowledge. You give that Soul Trap +1. You've already seen their hand, so you switch it to, like, high. Maybe if their best attack is on a high block. You know? Or, I guess, mid these days. You know, Fallen Angels has a mid block. Swimming Bird has a mid block, so you keep it mid. And the opponent either has to block with their good attack, or they take 4 damage. Who wants to do that? And then at the end of your turn, Soul Trap goes top of your discard pile, and then you Darkness Within and grab it back, because they're going to hit you with a Vengeance of the Fallen Angels. Then they play a foundation, and you grab it back.
I guess, Darkness Within could be, like, pretty sweet again. Well, one time against spiders.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's fantastic, and it runs 2 for Mother Russia because it's so fat. How fat is this deck? 85 cards.
85 cards, man.
Most packs of sleeves you get are in 60s, 50s, or 80s.
Yep.
You gotta buy 2 packs of sleeves to fit this thing.
It's a funny story about that is I bought sleeves for my Ava deck, and my Ava deck's 91, and I didn't buy another pack of sleeves. Yeah, it was the only red ones they had there at the store, too.
That is, yeah. Like, this deck could be updated to run things like, Curious Magnetism, we were saying, Funky Tomato, both would be fantastic in here. It could be updated to take out all the Void cards and make it into a Spike deck. It would probably be very competitive at that point. That would be good. You can run Swordfish 2 in the main. That would actually be really nice to do. I mean, it just gets rid of more attacks. I don't know why you want them to have momentum, but that's still funny to do. I don't know about much else that's in Beat Boop that would help. No, it doesn't. I was going to say Psychedelic Mushroom, but it doesn't have... It's on different symbols. That would be hilarious, though. I don't know, like, Unmet Demands?
I need 8
Teddy
copies
Bomber?
of Fear of Women.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could technically see Teddy Bomber being in there. Teddy Bomber
that'd be
gets damage reduction, so, you know.
Yeah.
Sort of.
You lose 3, but then you go -3, whatever. You can meet to go.
Yeah.
New Shipmate and Tank could both go into really nice. I mean, these are both just defensive foundations. So.
Yeah. That's basically what he's running, though. A lot of just defense. And then
I don't understand why Soul Trap's in here still.
Well, wait a minute. Like, why doesn't it have the Lilith card that returns a block? Like, you can just keep bouncing Leaf Shield. Fulfilled in battle. Like you could.
Yeah, it probably should really.
It probably run fulfilled in battle, so you can just keep bouncing.
You can Leaf Shield block every turn. Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty. I like it.
That's something
I like
that
it
I
a
would
lot.
definitely add into it.
Also, I didn't notice this before, but Telbane's Nunchucks is at a 4. Not just at a couple.
No, I noticed that one. You gotta have 4
I like
man.
that.
4
I like it.
This deck is awesome.
You people picked cool decks to do things. I picked a deck that I would actually run. So you were saying, I don't think I would run this Elect Man and Worlds. I'd be like, I don't know, I'm crazy enough.
You did run Duo at Nats, so.
And I had a great time.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. All right.
All right. Chris, what did you pick?
I picked Richard Bassendale's Sakura deck because
really reaching outside your group, huh?
Hey, Richard's not in my group. What are you talking about?
Oh wait, who am I thinking? I'm thinking of Rich Barrowgreen. You're right.
You think of Barrowgreen. Yeah,
right,
nah,
this
guy lives over in the UK. He's British.
It's Monday.
Oh,
is it? Oh my god, it's only Monday.
It's only Monday. I don't know. Church said he likes the good symbol. I like the good symbol too. I think everyone has a soft spot for the good symbol for the most part. So, except for you, you're just a life whore. So my main thing with this is that I think the attack lineup could be really tightened a bit.
It doesn't have enough 1Xs, I agree.
It has so many 1Xs.
It has so many 1s and 2s. But I get he's playing Race Against Time, but I'd rather just pop 2 more Gateway Shuffles in there and shore up the attack lineup. Like, Woodman's Leaf Shield's an amazing card. I'd play that at a 4. I would definitely probably keep Shoken at a 2. Black Dog Fangs, unless you're really getting a way to get momentum all the time. Like, Sakura's Hadoken can get you some momentum, but I'd rather play...
Oh my god, Sakura's Hadoken with Gateway Shuffle is just terrifying.
And that's also true. If you go throw it down into Sakura's Hadoken, into Gateway Shuffle, that's kill shots, baby. That's kill shots.
Yeah.
Like Egg Drop, I think there's better usage of that card. That card called the Badger Club, I don't know about that at all. So that card, that's okay, I guess. But
can I take that moment? Yeah. Marco submitted a deck that did not run Badger Club. Is that correct?
That I don't know.
He submitted a deck that did not work.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. It was the 7 hand size Mai that I love. And
it seemed like pure pandering.
It was kind of, it was like running Spike 2 support, but it kind of didn't really have enough cards to fuel its own abilities, and it made me sad, Marco. Play the character.
Okay, so one thing I would definitely one with nature with Sakura just seems like overkill. Because it's either you're doing one with nature or you're just doing Sakura.
I don't think you're ever enhancing one with nature.
You can just use the R.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay.
It's an R for damage in a character that has none. So
that's there you go. Yeah. I would definitely play more like Police Connections. I think that should be more of a 2 or 3 of in case because every deck plays spiders.
Oh, yeah, instead of a 1. Yeah.
Yeah, every deck plays spiders. So you've
got a lot of things to protect, especially with Alpha Male bringing in stuff.
Yep. Yeah. And then Way of the True Warrior because their spiders would hit Way of the True Warrior before you get to blank anything. So
that's true.
I like Formidable Task. That card's great. I think that's one of the Zoe cards that was really good out of that. Same thing with Journey West. But I think that card's fantastic because it's great, dude.
Yes. Formidable Task is good. Journey West is okay.
Well, I'm saying those are the 2 most played cards out of her support.
Are they? I think Zoe was the most played card out of her support.
She's not legal now, Don.
I don't know. I only saw 16 Zoes at Worlds. I feel like there could have been at least 17 Journey West in total at Worlds.
I think so too. I think I would probably drop Spregio, but he has no other card. I would. Oh yeah. Oh definitely. I'd rather play Rolling Cutter. If I just play, I don't know, just my opinion.
She needs cards.
Yeah, that's true.
She needs cards.
Now, where is our off-symbol balance fighters at? That's what I want to
know. Yeah, there's...
Jason's nightmares.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah.
He has the DLN, probably, he has it as a one-of to bring in... I would like to see some Dauntless Heroes in this deck, because so you can destroy to draw. Because you're gonna need that constant fuel, and then you can always alpha mail them in.
She doesn't need to be using her abilities all the time. She's not Spike. She's not going to be getting +2/-2 for free.
That's also true.
You leverage things.
It's not free. He has to flip stuff.
That's also true. But I would definitely shore up the definitely Black Dog Fangs. I don't think is needed. You have Leaf Shield, which is basically the same card, but doesn't return. if you don't have a lot of momentum gain, like he has Hunters once more, and
I mean, he doesn't have momentum dump for the most part.
well, he has like missile launcher and cowboy battery, egg drop, but like I lost love on egg drop because it's a weak attack. Yeah, it gets rid of momentum and seals, but it's just like
that's long game play.
Yeah, it's maybe they play more of a long game over in the UK, but Spike won their last event, so
that's a long game.
I guess so. He actually topped with this deck. I think he came in like 4th with it.
Oh, cool!
So that's cool. So there's good. Like I would definitely take out the Race Against Time and then play more more 4-ups for attacks. Like God damn it, Daphne, stop it. Like definitely 4 Woodman's Leaf Shield. I would definitely play 4 Cowboy Battery. Would play some more missile launchers because, dude, seriously.
We can edit that out in post.
No way, dude. It's staying. No, that's staying.
It will not be.
It will not be edited out. That dog's gonna get beaten, dude. For real. She looked right at me when she did it too. She looked right at me. Rob knows. She'll look right at you and do it. But you get to meet her.
I conversely love the Race Against Time in the deck.
Really?
And I think it might work very effectively, especially if most common opponent Spike goes like Vengeance against you. All of his other Vengeance are in the room.
Yeah,
you
that's
get
true.
out of there.
I forgot.
6 damage.
I forgot it could also be used defensively.
But he's got so many 5 diffs that can be used weirdly, and they all have different effects. Like you could drop in a Shoke and you'd be like, no touching that card pool, and then you'll whip it out of there and you'd be like, it's actually a missile launcher because you only told them no touch.
He has to look to see. I thought it was both. I thought it was both card pools.
No, it is opponent, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was pretty certain, but Jack goes around it like twice.
Yeah.
And they changed the rules on how it works like 3 times.
But then I guess I thought like he could block with the 5 diff if he has momentum. Or can you?
I gotta say, I'm really disappointed that Sheepman can't pump Sakura's or Shogun. Because that would just be awesome to play it and use the R and then stack one of their foundations and they get nothing.
Yeah. That's also true.
Can't leave their discard pile.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, bright side, he's got Shokin, so that means he's immune to Bang, so that's really nice.
Yeah. No. How is he immune to Bang?
Well, I mean, as long as you play it every turn.
Oh, sure.
It's 2x Shogun. You play it every turn, attack and defense, you'll be fine.
I'm still not getting it.
Because it still fires.
It stops the E.
Because it cost can't be paid?
Yeah, cost can't be paid.
No, but it's not.
It also stopped the stop.
Yeah, it is. It's E remove.
Stop, so. Yeah.
It's E remove.
Yeah, E remove means it removes from the transitional zone. It never hits the card.
That's right.
Oh, because the rules changed recently, right?
Yes.
See,
I
that
don't know
was
if that
good.
did,
It used to stop all the time, and I really like that. But because the transition zone became different.
He does play Bebop Blues, which could stop Bang.
Yeah.
You know. But he needs, like, I guess that could be another momentum use. So maybe it's either you have Black Dog Fangs, you have Bebop Blues. Is there any other, like, maybe he may want to look into playing, what's that jet card that gets you momentum off the top of your deck? Is that Hammerhead Assault?
Hammerhead, yeah.
Yeah. But it looks like all of his attacks have blocks, so maybe he's going, they all have blocks, so maybe he doesn't want to play an attack that doesn't have a block on it, so, but no,
I'm still stuck on this Shokin nerf. I'm real sad, man. They nerfed it again. I didn't even notice.
Sorry. Evening and Gren's pretty good because it gets back. Is Race Against Time remove after use, right?
Yeah,
but if
you
it hits
can still check them.
Yeah, if it hits your discard pile, you can get that back. You can get back your gateway shuffles. I always like throw it down in characters that have all on them that can play throw it down. Like, you know.
Yeah. Without playing a bad symbol, doesn't do anything anymore.
So it's
nice.
You can use both. Yeah. Because for some random reason, all doesn't do shit. So, but yeah.
I'm a big fan of her Shinku Hadoken, honestly. It's really good utility.
Yeah. I would maybe play that over. Play that maybe over. I don't know. Woodman's Leaf Shield's too good.
Yeah. His 5-disc slots are actually pretty good. I couldn't really see where to slot it in, but I would want to slot it in.
Yeah. Maybe take the egg drop out?
Maybe. I mean, he's at 71 cards with only 19 attacks. That's actually really low.
Yeah. Like, maybe you can
just play 2 or 3 attacks would be up to snuff.
Yeah, maybe just add 2 or 3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I could also... It doesn't have... Okay. I thought maybe, like, does he have it? The one jet card, the overly dramatic. Like, that should...
Oh, he does not.
He does not have overly dramatic in here either.
Should certainly add that.
And one of the main weaknesses of good is, like, outrageous speed, because really it has like, what? Feng Shui and High School Crush.
Unpredictable
movement, you know, but like...
cool and focused. Which, wait a minute.
No, it does that cool... Does that wrong? Oh, okay, there you go. Need 4X, kid. 4X. 4X, right there. 4X, kid. Yeah.
Maybe they don't have a cats problem in the UK. I don't know.
Well, Mad Perot Cats won their first Bebop one. Mike Harden.
Well, we never saw a list for that, you know.
Yeah.
Who knows what was running.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he was running cats. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember if we asked him in our Vegas chat group or not. So,
don't know.
But yeah, I would definitely add Cool and Focused, at least at a 3 of, because that card still very good, and very, very relevant in this meta. So,
especially considering even this deck's throwing like 10 speed Hadokens at people, you know. It shows you itself that it can be good.
Yep. All right. So hopefully we helped you guys out a bit with our wacky and zany suggestions. So,
I do want to do like a quick hit.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like a full dive on Barry's deck, which is the Plant Man.
Yeah, join pull. I can try it. Let me see if I pull it.
It's alright. The biggest thing that I would say about that is I think he should really try to find like a little bit of a more proactive plan with his attacks. I mean, it seems like it's almost all reversals. And, I mean, that's a good way to sort of, like, get some momentum, sort of, like, disrupt their turn.
I got it.
But, especially with, like, a 7-hander, like, it can be really, really dangerous to be playing reversals right now. There's a lot of times where, like, you can throw that and your opponent will be like, oh, man, like, you'll gain a little life. Like, okay, thanks for, like, giving yourself +1 progressive and, like, taking a block out of your hand, eat a 30 damage cats.
I would definitely the focus. I would take that out.
Like, I mean, I understand what he's doing.
He's
reversal
sort of,
with
stun.
The thing is too, though, is if you are on the stun reversal, I would absolutely find space for a quick and precise.
Yeah, that's not in here either. Definitely.
But I'm not saying that you have to completely change up the attack lineup. It's more just like, you need to find a way where if you run into a deck that is totally content with not attacking you, you need to figure out how you're going to win. Like, for instance, if he like played this and ran into like a Woodman that's just like, I'll just go to Deadlock, and I'm going to sit here, and you have to attack me, like, I could see that sort of being like difficult.
If he ran into a spike that just plays 1 unblockable for 6 damage a turn and then successfully blocks anything Plant Man plays, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, that's also true.
So, luckily, I'm just saying, like, I feel like it's, if you are wholly reversal based, you can get into a situation where you want your opponent to attack you, and if you run into a deck that is perfectly content to just build for like 5 or 6 turns, like, if you're not ready for that, you can sort of be in bad shape. So, I don't know. Other than that, I don't think there's any real, like, glaring issues.
I would definitely probably play Merciless Master. He's playing Thrill Battle, you might as well play Merciless Master too. in my opinion.
Yeah.
But he could still stack stuff
mean,
with Plant Man, so it doesn't really matter. Like, he has Plant Barrier, he has Plant Man that he can just stack, so he may not need the Merciless Master.
I don't think that I'd worry about it as much. Oh, you know what? He was only running like 8 1-diffs because he was running like a bunch of zeros. If I was only running one of 8,000 Degrees or Immortal Knowledge, I'm picking Immortal Knowledge 10 times out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah,
so that's another thing. I would definitely just change the 8Ks.
Well, how many cards is the deck? Oh, 67? Oh, wow. I would...
He's running 3 Revokes, too.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's fair.
That's spam.
Yeah, that's spam. Yeah, I agree with you. The attack lineup. I don't know if I'm all in on the 4 of Laser Trident. I have an issue with... Because if he checks a 1 on that Laser Trident, his turn's done. Like, literally, his turn's finished. Like, you fail it.
Mm-hmm.
You just fail it and you pass, and then you're done. And I would definitely look to mix it up a bit because, yeah, there's no reason not... I don't know. Just like, Urban Shower is awesome. Plant Barrier is good. Chris Platt's amazing. But only
I mean, he's got a lot of sort of, like, other life gain.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's more just you need to have sort of, like, an attack.
Yep.
Like, or you need to, in your head, just sort of be like, okay, if my opponent hasn't attacked me at all, and they're at, like, 28 to 30 vitality, how am I going to kill them?
Yeah. Like, so, I think even, like, Kiko Show would be a good addition to the deck. Because...
I think that's a different attack lineup.
You think so?
Yeah. I think you run some kicks with that.
Yeah.
But...
You can.
Which, I mean, there's some pretty good kicks now with, like, the couple spike ones.
Yep.
It's not entirely necessary to run kicks with it. I mean, nothing wrong with just a 6-speed 6 for 3 diff.
And then it readies something anyway, so...
But it's more just, like, he gets such a benefit from having momentum.
True.
And just another way for him to get some, like, snap momentum.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah. I like... Plant Man's really good. I like Plant Man. He's pretty awesome. Like... It was either him or Ava, and then I heard when Keenan was thinking about running, and I'm like, I'm not going against Keenan. So, that guy's on a hot streak, like no other.
Do it anyway.
I should. But I'm just going to sandbag Lily 2 with Spike 1 and just do it.
There you go. You just keep saying that, then no one's going to play Lily. That's the hot tech.
Hot tech.
Oh, hot tech. Also, did anyone look at the Tengu Man that was posted? The evil Tengu Man?
Wait, what?
So, I looked at that deck, and I feel like he might think that the chain works the way that I thought it worked way back in the Sabertooth days when I started, which was the cards need to share a symbol throughout and a symbol with your character, and then it doesn't have to be the same one.
Gotcha.
And so he basically built like an evil deck that every card has life or water.
Oh, because he has tech sphere in there, and that.
Basically, that's the thing. It's like it would almost be okay. It's like the foundations are a little dicey. I think there's like 10 that are only life, and like pretty much everything else has like water.
Yeah, he's got a few Tengu Men.
But that tech sphere is basically unplayable.
Well, he's got tech sphere and explosive acrobatics, so he's gonna remove something and then be unable to play tech sphere because it's on an evil team he doesn't have.
Life. And every single other attack has water.
Oh, well, he can Tengu dive after it, but that doesn't do anything.
But that's literally it.
Yeah.
That doesn't do anything.
Like, he can play Tech Sphere and then Tengu dive, and then not play any other attacks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know Cameron to know what his understanding of, like, the chain is, but that definitely seems like a deck where it's like just a misunderstanding about how it works, which isn't.
Cards
which
like
I'm not going to hate
don't
on
really
because
need to be
I 100% thought that was how the chain worked when I started, based on like the old rules inserts from Sabertooth, and I think that at least in the tins when I got back in with Mega Man, it seemed like they were pretty much using the same examples.
Well, really, all you gotta do is take Tech Sphere out, and you gotta find water to line up with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's not, like, totally useless. I would probably, like, give the Foundations another, like, pass, just because, again, there are, like, a bunch that are only life, where you could get some, like, dicey build turns early. But yeah, Tech Sphere 100% needs to come out of those attacks.
Yep.
So.
Because I think Distraction Destruction is pretty good in him. It's a really
unless he's thinking that when you copy it, you like gain the symbols.
Maybe,
but you don't.
Yeah.
And even if you did, it wouldn't stick around the turn.
No, yeah, it would reset after it resolves, anyways.
Right.
Cool. Yeah. There we go. Some bonus deck content, people. Don't say we don't deliver, which we don't.
Well, yeah.
I never deliver. I always do videos 2 weeks late when they don't even matter.
I could deliver that to someone. I don't still want it.
Oh, please,
I ever wanted it.
Don't,
Who wants it? I'll deliver.
We're back on the dolls.
No, not on the dolls anymore. Please, no. So I don't know how long we've been going. So I don't keep track of time.
About 25 minutes. So we got like another half hour or so left.
Really? No way.
Rob was really late today.
Rob was super late, but I think we started at like 6:45, and it's already 8:15.
No, that doesn't seem accurate.
I don't know. I'm afraid to click on my Skype window, and I may close it out on accident, and then I'd be all screwed up.
Yeah.
So
I got this Chinese boxing. I don't know why this is next to me.
But
you can read that. Oh, it's backwards. I didn't know that my.
Oh no, it works for us. It works for us.
Oh, cool.
There you go. But so with Lubbock coming up, are we just gonna expect the same thing? Spike 1's gonna win. Spike 1. There's gonna be.
I gotta say this. I really hope that Tamron goes and plays the deck that he's been working on and does well with it, because that deck looks sick. I'm not going to say what it is.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like secret or whatever. But
yeah,
that deck, I think it has legs.
I think he's supposed to go. I think he said he was going. I'm not sure. Yeah. But
Oh,
I'm pulling for him to get that diversity monkey off his deck.
yeah.
I mean, if he plays this and gets diversified, he should just quit.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's brutal. He does get diversified a lot more than most people, so, you know. But, yeah. All right, so I think we should probably just end it. We're good there, I think. So, Clint, any final thoughts on stuff we talked about, or just... Oh, here we go. Let me ask you, how's your locals been going? Yep. Rob, yours?
I got Julio stories for days if you want to hear about Julio. Like the time that he sacked Marathi.
We're not gonna back on Julio, man. No way. It's not fair. It's not fair. He's not here to defend himself.
There was the time where Julio needed like an 8 to block something at a Nationals, and he only could do a 7 if he checked a 5, and he didn't have 6 checks. So he had the Hua Foundation that's E-commit plus or minus 1 speed. So he went E-commit minus 1 speed, went to block, and was off by 1. And then he sat there for a minute and was like, no, my math is on. It's down.
The stories. But yeah, I want to say thanks for joining us, you know, for having some fun. And
yeah, you're welcome. I hope to come back again soon.
Yeah, it's nice having you.
It was nice having you, Rob. You got replaced by Clint. How's that? Season 2, new co-host. Season 2. All right, everybody. Have a good night.